Hello, Undertow viewers, it is I, Amanda, and I have some news for you that can make even Dumbledore turn over in his grave. Yes, it's about Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1, for the Xbox 360. Now, this game delivers pretty nice graphics for it being almost the last in the series. However, the voice acting and changes in the storyline really bugged me, because usually I'd have a movie to complain about. But I mean, even the movie got the storyline almost exactly correct this time around. When you start out in this game, you're like, oh cool, I'm entering the mansion. And then you get inside and Voldemort starts talking and you're like, what the? That is not Lord Voldemort, that's just some guy. I mean, regardless, they at least tried to follow it to the book. They lead you to the 7 Potters and Harry on Hagrid's motorcycle. This kind of leaves me feeling nostalgic for that moment in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone where he drops you off as a baby at the Dursleys' doorstep. However, once you enter your first combat, you shortly but surely come to realize that they tried to go for a third-person shooter with this game. You're like, hey, I'm Harry freaking Potter, and I'm a god among men, so I guess I'm gonna just infinitely cast stupefies on all these Death Eaters and hope I don't get killed. And after aiming with your left trigger and firing with your right, you shortly recognize the pattern of the controls, and they become pretty easy. Sorry to say it, but I'm upset they actually didn't include Hedwig'S epic scene during the motorcycle fight. But yet again, the story keeps following the movie script, for the most part. But it strays away. I mean, Mr. Weasley, he never gave Harry, Ron, and Hermione those items featured in the Last Will and Testament of Albus Dumbledore. It was the Minister of Magic, Rufus Scrimgeour. WTF! Oh well, I'll go with it because I enjoy the Harry Potter games. However, if you're a fan of the series, I feel no matter what, there's something to pick at because, let's face it, we're picky. Yet in the Deathly Hallows Part 1, Harry keeps fighting despite all the flaws in this game. You also get to do the classic feature of using your invisibility cloak by simply pressing Y. Now, I don't really enjoy sneaking around, and from what I remember from the first Harry Potter game, how much of a pain it was to get by in your cloak. Because it only lasts, how long? But in real life, an invisibility cloak just wouldn't go away. Yet they use it so you have to investigate different areas and sneak around, which I guess is still pretty cool because in the game they nailed the way Harry breathes and moves while under it. Oh, and one feature that's definitely worth trying out for this is if you have a Kinect. Though this isn't one of the best games to test out a Kinect with, you can still activate it with the Kinect and cast your spells. And this gives you more of a realistic feeling, even though Harry's shooting spells like he got an MP5 or something. Sir, yes, sir! Overall, though, this game was definitely not as much of a thrill as the previous Potter games. They really simplified it down a little too much, even though it looked really pretty. It seems they tried a little too hard to make it more of a shooter. This game is still worth trying, though, whether you're a fan of the movies or books. I mean, it's Harry Potter, and he should always be looked upon greatly, for he is the boy who freaking lived.